receivers look extremely talented, Bill. They also look really
Right.
young. And I think that's a curiosity for everybody, including Ryan Day, how these, 5-star blue chip guys are going to materialize as true freshmen. From what your experience, what you've seen so far and what you've heard, what do you think this group's capable of doing?
Well, I think they're going to hit the field early. Unfortunately, they didn't go through spring practice like always in a regular August camp. But Ohio State likes to run a lot of receivers into the game. I mean, a lot of different formations. And the fortunate thing is we got guys like Olave coming back, Garrett Wilson coming back. You got Jalen Harris. I mean, you got all kinds of guys, Jameson Williams. But here's the other thing, Jared, is the great tight ends we have coming back. We got 3 tight ends with a ton of experience. So I think, first of all, before you'll see a lot of those freshmen, maybe like a Julian Fleming, who I think is a great player, you'll see a lot of those tight ends in the game early, and those other guys will be coming in as the season goes on.
Let's talk about some of those freshmen, Bill. You mentioned Julian Fleming a moment ago.
Yes.
Arguably #1 recruit in America last year. G. Scott looks really good. If you've seen any of those old clips, and we saw him at practice Saturday, man, he looks athletic and talented and big and all those good things. That whole group together, Bill, what do you know about them and how they might be able to contribute?
Well, I think, first of all, they're big playmakers. I watched Julian Fleming as a high school player, and this guy, he's tall, he's 6'2", like 200 pounds. And, he catches the ball. He's really good at running the deeper routes, the takeoffs and the post routes and things. And when he catches it, he's running, but he's kind of a long strider. And you think, well, maybe he's not really running that fast, but yeah, he's pulling away from everybody. He does have speed. He has what we call long speed. And like you said, G. Scott, oh my gosh, that guy, he catches the ball and he's like lightning, heads north and south in a hurry.
So, Bill, that's on the offensive side. You mentioned the fact they might use tight ends early. Let's talk about that tight end opportunity there. When you have 3 guys, you don't necessarily have a dominant one, but you've got 3 that all have a nice difference in their game, right? They're not all the same type of tight end. They can do different things.
Right.
So, the running joke is always a tight end in college football is always open, no matter what.
They never get enough passes. Just ask any of them.
Yeah, they'll tell you. I mean, they're sick of blocking all day, but it's the truth. I mean, it's just that's a position that is underutilized by most teams. And it seems like if there's ever a year that Ohio State could really exploit that against people, especially in a season like this where nobody's played anybody, nobody's accustomed to defending the tight end, what an opportunity that could be, especially early.
Yeah, right. And you take a guy like Jeremy Ruckert in that group, who's probably the most versatile of the 3. You can move him around. You can offensively, obviously, you want to show different sets. And you can sneak him out of the backfield, pass routes as regular from the tight end position, crossing routes, option routes on the linebackers, run them out to the flat, run them vertical. And also you can flex them out and get all the different combinations of pass routes. So the versatility, the flexibility of using those guys in many different sets is going to cause a fit on defenses, because defenses like to set their lots of times their defensive front to the tight end. Well, if you got 2 or 3 in the game, it's going to be tougher to do that.
They haven't played football for so long, and it's the thing they're passionate about in their lives. They commit their lives to do it. And that first game after nearly a year, I could imagine there's going to be a lot of emotion that you have to kind of tamp down a little bit.
Yeah, usually you see a lot of penalties in the first game, a lot of jumping off sides and things like that, or legal procedure by the offense. I think the thing is when you have the better athletes, and we're playing against, Nebraska's a good football team, but we got better athletes. And when you do that, you don't want to do something that could make a big mistake for your football team. You're going to play a little more conservative, I think, than you normally would when you've had a few games under your belt. So they're going to see us do what we do well, execute the techniques and fundamentals, both sides of the ball. Don't give the other team a chance to make a big play on you, especially against the defense. At the same time, offensively, you want to establish and control the football game and also control the clock, even though you're the favorite. You want to always have the clock in your favor by the end of the game.
Yeah, Bill, we were in there on Saturday for practice and looked around. There's nobody in the stands, obviously, except for people like us with cameras and their notepads out, taking notes and trying to just get a glimpse of that football team. That's what game day is going to look like. It's not going to be much different than that. And that is a shock to the system for a player who committed to Ohio State. When they came on their recruiting visit, they saw 110,000 of their closest friends. Those people aren't going to be there for this season, it appears. And I wonder what effect you think that might have on the psyche of an athlete when they go out there to play on game day. Obviously, they're thrilled to go play football, but when you're up against it in the third and fourth quarter, you're not playing so well, and you're looking for that extra element that you've relied on for so many years with the crowd, and that's not there anymore. I just wonder what kind of effect you think that might have.
Well, I can tell you right now what the word is going to be used the most to describe the situation. Strange. Very strange to play in Ohio Stadium with no crowd in there. But I know this as an athlete and as a player, that after about 3 or 4 plays, you get into the game. And a lot of that stuff is exterior. Your challenge is to beat the man over you, is to win your battle and execute it. So I think that'll take care of itself, but it will be a strange atmosphere. I agree with you. I think the downs, the crucial downs on offense, defensive third downs, they have to be executed both sides of the ball. I think that's where you'll notice it more as a player than the other time.